Assalamualaikum and good afternoon to Prof and my fellow friends. We are Group 7, today to present Organizational Diagnosis and Intervention at JKY Harness Sindian Berhad. Our group members consist of me, Ifa, Aimi, Haza, Husna and Hanim. Firstly, I would like to introduce the presentation by exploring the executive summary with the explanation on the purpose, procedures and also the findings. First, the purpose is to explore, understand and analyze how HR practices in real-life work setting works and the recommendations on how to improvise them. Next is the procedures or what we did in order to explore that is by interviews. Lastly, the findings or what we found is that the appropriate procedures and methods of the HR way of hiring and managing, especially in automotive industry. Besides, we also found that teamwork and policies can be really important in order for an organization to operate well. The background of the organization, JK Wire Harness Sindian Berhad, can be explained by several aspects. General knowledge, it is a company or an organization that is specialized in automobiles, cables, and wires. The vision that this company aims is that it is to be a global leader in innovative and state-of-the-art products which supports the ever-evolving critical functions in modern-day automobiles. The mission is to strive to deliver world-class products that are at the forefront of the latest technologies. The company is located in Johor Bahru, Johor, Malaysia, and it is also known that they have two other branches, which is also another one in Johor and another one is in Perak. Industry is of course automotive industry. The products are of course the wiring harnesses for automobiles and electric devices. The wire harnesses function like the electrical cables and wires that are used to transmit signals and electrical power throughout a vehicle or machine. It is an essential component that affects performance, efficiency and safety.
Now we move on to the HR practice where I will be presenting about the hiring part. So we asked our interviewee a few questions regarding hiring such as employees recruitment criteria, methods used in advertising job vacancy, employee selection methods and challenge that is faced in recruiting new employees. So for employees recruitment criteria, we found out that the company has a set of specific criteria in recruiting their new employees, such as knowledgeable about the job, able to read and write, have no permanent injury, and more, as you can see in the slide. So this is important because it will help the hiring team to have a clear picture of the qualifications that are needed to recruit and select the new employees. And in turn, this will ease the recruitment and selection process as well. Next, for the methods used in advertising job vacancy, the company used two methods, which is first through internet or specifically social media and through point of purchase method. So for social media, the interviewee explained that they use platforms such as WhatsApp, Facebook and Instagram to promote the job vacancy of their company. So according to McManus and Ferguson, this is a good method because better quality applicants are produced from internet sources. For point of purchase method, the interview explained that they put job vacancy promotion banners as well as flyers on nearby areas such as the market so that people are aware of it and are able to apply for the job if interested. So this is also a good method because it is inexpensive and convenient because people have easy access to the information. Now moving on to employee selection method, they also use two methods, which is interview and test. So for interview actually has become the most used method in selecting employees for employment, and this is because it offers a lot of advantages, such as applicants' ability to do a job is able to be assessed by the employer, and details regarding the job, as well as associated responsibilities, can be provided by the employer to the applicant in an interview. And for tests, the interview explained that they distribute tests such as mathematics tests and color blind tests to their applicants before they are accepted for the job. So from here, we can see that the tests administered align with the criteria needed for the job, which is good because it means that the company does not deviate from the plan in selecting employees that fit the full criteria needed for the job. Next is challenge that is faced in recruiting new employees. So we found out that the most challenging thing is that most people that applied for the job did not fulfill the full criteria, which led them to reject most of the applicants. And this also lead to a problem where they are lack in number of employees in the company. So we relate and we assume this that This might happen because of a lack of realistic job previews or RJP while recruiting. So RJP involve giving the applicants an honest assessment of a job. So this will inform them of what to expect from the job and also indirectly inform them what is required for the job. Therefore, if RJP is used, only applicants who understand and fully aware of what the job requires and offers will apply for the job vacancy. So that is all from me. Thank you.
For managing, first is the action that will be taken if the employee have discipline problem. The employee will be called to the HR room and discuss related to the problem. If the answer given are not logic and accepted by the HR manager, the employee will be terminated. This shows that the company will terminate the employee that violating the company rules. AMOD 2010 stated that the employee will be legally terminated based on 4 reasons, which is one of is violating the company rule. However, if the employee only cause minor discipline problem, the employee will be given warning and instruction to change behavior in the period given. Thus, we can relate this with progressive discipline, which can be defined as a procedure that provides for an increasingly serious series of penalties when employees fall out of step with the organization expectation. Second is the company action taking care of the employee's welfare. If the employee have an excellent attendance, they will receive RM50 ringgit as a bonus. We can relate this with one of the strategies to motivate employee by providing an incentives. The operant conditioning principle is being applied as AMOD 2010 stated that the operant conditioning principle are the basis for the incentive system. RM6 ringgit is also given as an allowance for the employee that work during the night shifts, and for the permanent worker, they will receive a yearly leaves. We can relate this with the PMAC principle, which is the principle of reinforcement, which states that an opportunity to engage in a more probable activity will reinforce with less probable activity. We can see that working on the night shift, a less probable activity, is reinforced with money and yearly leave, which is a probable activity.
Hi, so I will be presenting about the development and support. For the supporting perspective, we ask the question about the method that they use to know if the employee needs to be trained or not. In this organization, if they notice that the production of the product is slow or they have many defects, it means that the employee needs to be trained. Thus, they will send a trainer to monitor and teach the employee until the employee is proficient. In this organization, the interviewee stated that they do have equal training but not hold the training program for all employees at one time. This organization will do training for a half number of the employees from every department's intern. This gives the great opportunity to both employees and organization to join and conduct the training without having to leave the productivity, and because the production of the product still needs to be carried out as usual. In this case, the employee will feel valued because the HR is support them by giving the training and not leaving them behind. With the training, it can improve skill and knowledge of the employees, thus increase the profits and efficiency of the organization. It is good to provide incentive that may motivate the employee to take part in training and development program because it will give support to the employee. If an employee happen to be in accident during the working hours with permanent injury, this organization will support the employee with claiming the insurance and giving him or her the medical card. Besides, with the permanent injury, if they cannot work anymore, the organization will terminate their contract and give them compensation and ask them to focus on their health. If the worker willing to work, this organization will not responsible for any kind of the situation because it is the worker choice to be in the workplace. In terms of development for the future of the employee, the interviewee claimed that the company does not provide any opportunity for the competent employees to develop further in their career. Besides, in this organization, there is no support in development of the employees beside the training that they given to the employees. It means that the employee will stay with their current position and department until they feel tired. So that's all for me. Thank you.
For recommendation, the company have a strategic method to improve teamwork in the group, but not among the group in the organization. Thus, method recommend to enhance teamwork among the group is cross-group collaboration. This procedure can help them to learn about other group scope of work. Besides, it also can make each group become more understanding and reduce the in-group bias. Past research shows that the interdepartment collaboration has increased from innovation performance as it fosters information exchange, enhanced number of potentially useful ideas, and increased the flexibility of the workforce. This is because different groups have different way of thinking and worldview. Thus, when they share each other's view and opinion from different perspectives, it can create and come up with a better solution and idea. Next is related to the discrimination at work. The organization already have an established way to avoid discrimination at work. However, a better step taken to avoid discrimination at work is by developing a written policy related to discrimination that has a clearly defined rule and a procedure and make sure the workplace policy is properly enforced. The policy can be included in the employee workbook, which every employee in the organization will receive. Based on an article, it stated that eliminating discrimination is the key to sustaining a productive workforce where the employees believe their employer value their talent and expertise.
The company is facing understaffed issue. Therefore, we would like to recommend improving the efficacy of recruitment by implementing employee referral program. This program utilizes employees' network to hire new applicants. The current employee will recommend their family members and friends for specific job openings. This allows the applicants to receive more accurate information about the job offered. Rewards are given to those who referred successful applicants. Other alternative would be using the Public Employment Agency service. It is a state or local employment agency that offer job to the unemployed. Usually, they will place kiosks in public area or in the company lobby so that it is accessible for job-related inquiries, application, and walk-in interview. The service provided includes career counseling, resume preparation, and sometimes financial aid for training through government programs. Another issue is that applicants did not meet the job criteria during interview, so we would suggest providing realistic job review through recruitment and hiring process. RJP is an honest information or description for a job and the organization. It informs the applicants of the job nature, work requirements, and what to expect. RJP often predicts better employee retention and job satisfaction because RJP influences the applicant's decision to accept or reject the job offer.
So, in conclusion, human resource practice plays a vital role in the one organization because great company comes with great human resource. An organization can have a great band, but it will less likely to succeed if it does not have the support of its employees. Having a satisfied workplace has become a competitive asset for an organization because it ensures that employees provide their best effort, which reflects on the company's success. With a proper human resource practice, the objective of the company can be achieved easily.
That's all from us. Thank you for watching.